what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pats Talk Patriots podcast. Here today on a Wednesday night, man. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about the Patriots and got a Cowboys guest on night too, my boy Harvey. So I might as well say welcome Pats Nation and to the Cowboys people because we are going to talk a little bit about the Cowboys. But I am joined tonight by my boy Harvey from the Cowboys cast. Let me go ahead and and get him in here right quick. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, you know, I gotta hit him with the music, Ken. I'm sorry, man. I know it's your show, but hey, baby, hey, it's the Cowboys cast, baby. What's going on? And the kids Pats talk. Hey,
Yes, sir.
we got a lot to talk about, Kendall. A
Yeah,
lot.
it's a collab. It's a collab. Night. It's a lot going on with the Patriots. Drake Maye just started, and there's a lot going on with the Cowboys. Boys, there a lot. When ain't there a lot going on with the Cowboys?
Hey,
So I
man,
mean,
don't get me started.
yeah, man. But hey, man, let's go ahead and start off, man, with the Patriots. Man, we're gonna preview the Jacksonville, the Jaguars game in London on Sunday. Sunday morning NFL. It's on NFL Network, 9 o'clock Eastern, and it's different time zones for that game. So it is gonna be on NFL Network Sunday, man. How did you think Drake Maye looked at his first start?
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. I think he looked pretty good. I think he, off the top of my head, I think he had 33 attempts.
20
I
for
think
33.
Yeah, 200 and something yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 TDs. I think at the end of the day, I believe in. I'm wholeheartedly. I don't care what pick you are in the draft. I think you need to sit behind the veteran and learn, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the way they handled Drake Maye, I think they handled him perfectly, man. I think they understand how it works. I think all of us don't understand how it is to be a quarterback in the NFL. When you see somebody like Brissett in and out every day, how he does it, you kind of get your tidbits of saying, hey, you know what? I do like that. I don't like that. This is how I would have handled it. This is how I would have done it. So it kind of gives you a perspective, right? But I think it was awesome. And obviously he made some mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. But I like the way they progressed him and they brought him in. And I think that's the way every NFL team should do it, man, in my opinion.
Man, I love the way they handle the whole situation, man. We're not winning that this year, so why not let them sit at let them sit? You don't want them getting hurt. You got a patchwork offensive line, receivers that's not really unknown, except for maybe Pop Demar Douglas, and he just came on this year. So what is the rest to have him get him out there? I think for his first start behind a patchwork offensive line, a practice squad center, two third string tackles, your starting running back didn't play and his coaching staff that is newly trying to get themselves implemented into the NFL, I think he did pretty good. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But he had I think he threw over 50% pass rate and whatnot, 50% completion percentage. And then just he threw 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Look, I don't mind the turnovers, but I looked at every snap of the game, his turnovers. One of them was a tilt pass. It was like a screen, and Will Anderson, he's a freak athlete. He got that one. And the other one, he overthrew DeMar Douglas. So I don't mind those interceptions. I just don't want the ones when you're throwing them into like a defensive meeting or whatnot. So I don't want the ones like that. With like the clueless interceptions, like you like, whoa, why did he throw it over there? So I don't mind the ones they threw. So I think overall a good start for him. I think it's very encouraging for us Patriots fans because we got something to look forward to. It was getting tired watching Jacoby Brissett go out there. It's like pulling teeth getting him to get a first down. So it was getting bad. It was unwatchable. So I don't really mind the loss. I don't mind the loss or whatnot. I'm more this year for the Patriots and more so about developing talent and just seeing what you got in the wide receivers and offensive line and some of your rookies. Beef from Ohio, what's going on with your 88.4 pass rate? Glad you correct. Got me. Appreciate that. But so you said you did like his first start. Like I said, he's a rookie. He's gonna make mistakes. Some of these other guys, they didn't start out right away and look pretty good.
I think, yeah, you're right, man. I think, but looking at the scheme that they had, right? Looking at because don't get me wrong, the Texans are a very good defensive team, man.
Yeah.
The backfield and defensive line. But if you look at some of the plays they called, I think the offensive line played really well considering the fact that the problems that you guys have. But if you look at it, they did somewhat of a max protect sometimes. They did some chipping. I saw some max protection on the goal line. I can't remember what play it was, but I think it was Douglas that scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you have to do that with Maye. I think you kind of get them accustomed to maybe 2 to 3 routes with max protection and let them get comfortable. But I like the game plan, man. I know it was kind of a
and he got some wheels too. He can move.
Yeah, he does. He can move, man. But no, I liked everything that I saw from him, his demeanor, the way everything went. Even in the interceptions, man, I don't think he was kind of pretty calm dude, man. It didn't let it get to him. So not only that, but the offense, I felt like they felt rejuvenated. Did they not?
Like a spark.
When Douglas would catch the ball, or was it Butte? Is that how you say his name? Butte?
Kayshawn Booty, yeah.
Booty, yeah. I mean, hey, man, you could tell there's a spark in the team, man. From them
He
catching
elevated
the ball.
people.
Yeah, he did. And at the end of the day, that's what you have to do as an NFL quarterback, man. You have to elevate your guys around you in order to be successful, no matter what the situation is. So,
Yeah.
man, he's got a great future ahead of him, man. To be honest.
I think the future is bright, man. It's something to look forward to, man. It's a watchable product. Let's just start there. It's a watchable product right now. So that's good right there, man. And we get to move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars game that we're about to get into. They playing in London, as I just said. Also, it's a lot of y'all in here. Hit that like button on YouTube. Share the content if you're on Facebook, Twitter. We all over the place. Just look for us. Share the content. If you're on YouTube, give me that thumbs up. Or go to the Cowboys cast, get them a thumbs up as well, man. I really appreciate it. Before Ohio says run spread, 5 wide, force the defense hand. That's how you get quick game going to help out. Yeah, I like them. I like the when we spread the field with him. I like with Alex Finpel. I just want to see some consistency in the play calls, spread the field and go 4 or 5 wide. So let Drake cook. As they say, just let Drake cook, man. But this second game going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. What are they? We got the same record of them. So they're 1-5. They're coming off a loss to another quarterback, Kelly Williams. They got blown out in London. London it's kind of like it's like a home game for Jacksonville, but they didn't play like it. What have you seen from them, and what are your expectations in this game? Just previewing the Jaguars and the Patriots real quick.
I think, in my opinion, the Jaguars, man. I don't think anybody expected them to start out. I think they're 1-4. 1-5, whatever it is. Like, I don't think anybody expected that at all, man. I just think it's a tale of two franchises that were I expected them to be playoff contenders, in my opinion, but now they're with the New England Patriots, right? So are they in a rebuild? Is my question, right? I don't know, but man, they have too much talent on that team to be a 1-5
offense.
Yeah, for sure. You got Trevor Lawrence has had experience in playoff games now. Honestly, if it was me, what I expect from the Jaguars, if it was me, I would probably show Drake Maye a lot of different blitzes from different directions and then play zone behind it. That's kind of what I do to kind of get them, confused a little bit.
Get them thinking. Yeah, because man cover, that's simple to read, man cover. And you can't really play man against him because he can run.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is kind of confuse him with the zone blitz. Make them think that one guy's coming and it's not, and different guys coming. I think you can expect that from Drake Maye, but I think what the Patriots need to do to counter that is run the ball, right? You guys can run the ball pretty well. And then off of that run, you kind of do a play action, maybe a rollout. So you have an opportunity so you can roll out, and save that offensive line. So those are the things that I would do, is move around the field, go left to right, and help Drake Maye kind of get established, some quick throws, some screens. So that's probably what I would expect from the Jaguars, and then the counter for the Patriots.
Funny that you said that, because the Jaguars, they are a terrible defense. So they're like last in like every category. Third down defense, passing yards allowed, rush defense, everything. They don't get a lot of sack, don't get a lot of pressure. They do have 2 good players on defense. They got Josh Allen, not the Josh Allen from Buffalo, but the defensive end Josh Allen. I think he came from Kentucky. I think they got Josh Allen. They got and Trayvon Walker. So he was number 1 overall. It's funny how nobody never talks about him not living up to that yet, with him being number 1 overall. I never heard nobody talk about that. But they do got 2 pass rush. I think they're getting Tyson Campbell back, the cornerback. I think I seen the injury report. They'll probably get him back. So they got a lot of problems there on defense. But moving on to their offense, man, I don't know what happened last week. They dropped a lot of touchdowns. I think I heard like 3 or 4 on one drive. They dropped touchdowns. They got Gabe Davis, was their big offseason addition. Christian Kirk there in the slot. I do like Brian Thomas at wide receiver, but I think you put Christian Gonzalez on him, Jonathan Jones from the Patriots second quarter. I think he'll be able to handle Gabe Davis, and I think Christian Kirk, that's going to be a matchup problem for us. Because the Jaguars are a tough team. I mean, they're not record-wise, they're not a good team, but I don't think it's because of talent. They got talent. I think it has more to do with coaching and a lot of problems that they have on defense.
Yeah, what's interesting is that you would think ETN, man. He's a great back, right? But for whatever reason, in my opinion, Bigsby, man, he's been playing really good recently. And there's been rumors supposedly that he might be out of there, ETN, man. Bigsby is playing really good, actually. But yeah, you're right, man. Brian Thomas. We're talking about Gabe Davis. He's questionable too, though. I think.
Who,
Um,
Gabe Davis?
yeah, he's questionable. Brian Thomas Jr. Evan Ingram's questionable too. Um, but I mean, they got a solid wide receiver group. I don't know.
I
I don't.
haven't seen the injury report today.
I don't understand what's going on with Jacksonville, man. I really don't. But I honestly, in my opinion, no. I'm not trying to say because you're a good friend of mine, but I think the Patriots win this game, man. In my opinion,
Well, see,
they
the
should.
question that I had, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying in my question, they should win this game.
It's a winnable game. I mean, you don't got too many of these games on your schedule. You got the Jets next week, then you got the Titans, like you got some games you can win, but you can beat this Jacksonville Jaguars team. They're in the same predicament as you. They probably don't got as many problems as you do, but they're in the same predicament. And we all know when these coaches go over to London, what happened? They don't win, they get fired the next week. That's normally what happened. So if you don't win in London, you normally get fired. That's what's happened. I mean, Belichick lost last year against the Colts. What happened? In the year he got fired. Robert Saleh just got fired coming from London. So a lot of crazy things happen when you do go to London, England to play ball and you don't play good ball. Owners get mad, they fire the coaches. So I think it's a good game. I think it's a good opportunity for us, for Drake Maye to show the world what he can do, and for the defense. I think our defense got to come to play. I think Trevor Lawrence is still a good quarterback, but I think he just has to. I don't think it's a talent issue. I believe like they've had some unfortunate things happen, like drops and he's thrown some crazy interceptions. I watched the game probably about a month ago when they played Buffalo on Monday Night Football. It was brutal. It was bad. They got blown out then. And also, then they actually put Mac Jones in. So that would be interesting Sunday if not wishing for injury, but if Trevor Lawrence plays bad or he gets hurt, you put Mac Jones in and gets a former team. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy, man, for Mac Jones to play. That
Got a
would be crazy.
comment here. Got a comment here from B from Ohio. RPO neutralize the blitz and screens off RPO. Then you bring in play action. Walker rushes too far upfield. We got to spy Lawrence. Agree. Good stuff there. Good stuff. We'll see there, man. We do have to get out the Trevor Lawrence, man. Can't let him sit because he got the weapons and he got the talent to pick you apart. And this Patriots defense is not good this year. We've lost a lot of Bentley's out, Barmer's out, Pepper's dealing with some off the field stuff. We got a lot going on in defense. The bright spot we do got is Keon White and Chris Gonzalez. Chris Gonzalez, I think he's a top 5 corner in the league right now. He's been playing really good. So let's see. I don't know who you're gonna put him on in Jacksonville. They got 3 decent guys, man. Probably Brian Thomas, I would think.
Brian Thomas is probably the one he's gonna get connected to all game.
Yeah, probably Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas. So it's gonna be very interesting to see, man. But let's get to it, man. This is why I got my guest in here, man. My boy Harvey from the Cowboys cast. Man, what is going on with them Dallas Cowboys, man? There's a lot going on, so we got to get into it, man. What's going on with it, man?
Man, I don't even know where to begin, but I think, ultimately everybody knows what happened with Jerry Jones and the radio host. I think when it comes down to, man, Jerry Jones is getting a lot of pressure from these fans, from the media, everybody, and I think that was just a breaking point for him. It is. He's hearing it from everybody, and I think it's about time he did. I think everybody needs to stand up and say, "Hey, man, we don't like the way this organization is being ran. Ever since Jimmy Johnson left, it's just been in shambles. He got Bill Parcells. He was trying to change it a little bit. And then you know what happened with that. When you try to have authority over the team, you're gone the next day. And that's what's happening, man. I think Jerry Jones needs to look himself in the mirror and realize that he, just like Tony Romo, he wasted Tony Romo's days. And that's what he's doing with Dak Prescott. He's wasting his days instead of putting this team together and trying to make a run. But he's just frustrated, man, at the end of the day. And I don't think he has an answer for it. I think he's to blame, and I think he needs to take blame for everything that's happening and that's not happening. And that starts with him. And the second person is Mike McCarthy, man. This offense is horrible. Now, this is my thing, Kendall, and I got a question for you because it's one that I've been thinking about.
Okay.
Dan Quinn had a pretty good defense last year. We couldn't stop the run. I got it. But do you think that those turnovers, setting up the offense on good field position to make them the number 1 scoring offense last year, disguise them being this type of offense now?
For the Cowboys?
Yeah. Because what I'm saying is they would get turnovers and they'd have great field position and all they had to do was score. And now
I think
did it hide that offense was really not that good to begin with?
You can say that. You can say that. But I think the Dallas Cowboys defense. One thing about Dan Quinn, he kind of flated down the stretch there last year, but he did get y'all did got a lot of turnover, a lot of sacks last year. And I've heard a lot of people on the past 2 weeks on how bad the defense been is because Micah and D-Law been out. But when Mike and D-Law was there, y'all still was getting blown out on the field. You know, Baltimore came in there and did it. The Saints did it week 2. We know the Saints kind of went downhill since then. So I don't think it's injury. I think it's more of a scheme thing. I think it has more so to do about Dan Quinn with not Dan Quinn, but Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer's the defensive coordinator right now. So I think it has more to do with him. I think the offense is fine. I do think you need another receiver, whatnot. But Jerry said in the radio, he had a lot of opportunities all season to get some people and to improve the team. And then he said a few weeks ago that y'all kind of like a slow rebuild. I was kind of confused by that.
Well, he's talking about soft rebuild. So what he's talking about,
soft rebuild,
yeah, he's talking about some of these players are not going to be here. So DeMarcus Lawrence is going to free agent next year. Zach Martin's going to be a free agent next year. So they're slowly drafting replacements for those guys because they're not going to keep all those players. So that's what he's kind of talking about is getting rid of
DeMarcus Lawrence, a free agent too, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that those guys will probably not be there next year. So that's why he's saying that. So I don't know, man. I wish I had all the answers. I mean, there's so many things going on with the Cowboys right now. And to be honest with you, I don't blame the networks to say, hey, they're not irrelevant anymore. They're just not.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. Right now, they're in shambles, man. They got to figure it out, though.
Do you feel like, because I know we haven't seen Dalvin Cook this year. He's been on the prep squad since the beginning of the season. Zeke, I think Zeke has still got a couple years left in him, but I don't think it's more. I think the offensive line hasn't been good, man. You can't run if it's 1-on-11. Offensive line hasn't been good. I know y'all do have some injuries around. Y'all got some reshuffling going on there, but I don't think Zeke's been that bad. I mean, you only as good as your offensive line is.
I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think we're missing the offensive line does need to get, play a little bit better, but I think it's both the best worlds and it's just not working out. The offensive line is not blocking as well as they should. And then who's the speed back? We don't have, we really don't. He's not really that fast.
Yeah.
Like, you need that fast twitch running back like Pollard, Unfortunately, I don't think he's an all down back, but you need that kind of player. And I feel, in my opinion, you have Zeke, which is kind of, he's not like he used to be. And then Rico, to me, is kind of like the younger Zeke back in the day. So, I mean, not as fast, but I just think you need that tweaker like, Alva Kamara or a Tyjae Spears or Pollard, or you need that kind of back to kind of balance it out. And I don't think the Cowboys have that on the roster right now.
Have you seen the running back from Boise State, Ashton Jeanty, I think his name?
Yeah, I've seen him.
You like him?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Man, who does he remind you of? But every time I look up, he's scoring a touchdown.
It's hard to say. I mean, I hate to say this, but he reminds me a little bit of Barry, and he has that kind of Walter Payton. And I don't mean that, and I'm just saying
a little bit of Chris Johnson explosiveness in him.
Like, he's so fast and quick, and then he's hard to tackle, that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think he survives. Do you think he goes in the top 10? When I say top 10, I mean, do you think he'll get picked later, maybe back into the top 10 in the 5 picks?
Man, he keep averaging 10 yards a carry, he is.
I'm just saying he's on pace to beat Barry Sanders' records, every one of them.
I do think some of it has to do with the competition. I don't think he's playing a lot of top teams either, though, man. I want to see him. Let's see him go against Alabama.
Hey, Ken, I don't care who you are, and if you're putting up that kind of numbers against college teams, I don't care who it is, man. He's that good.
Let me see. Got a comment here on Marshall Fall. He said, Marshall Fall, I can see that.
I can see that, yeah.
Jeannie reminds me of Prime LA. LA, who's that? Not Daniel Thomason. Let me see. Jamari, who's LA? Drops or not, keep feeding on the ball. Talking about Patriots receiver. Yeah, Javon Baker and the guys. Kamara, I think that's a good comp for him too. Alvin Kamara.
So
I
I
like.
got somebody on TikTok real quick. Rev says Al Harris can motivate these guys. Defense has quit 3 times now. Ooh,
Mm.
ooh. And then Rev also says Rico is a regular back that works hard. You see, and that's my point. Like
Just works
nothing,
hard.
nothing against Rico, man. He's a very good back. He deserves to be the starter, but he has to work at everything harder than anybody else, man. When he's out there, that's just the way it is.
My boy said Jamari. Oh, what's going on, Jamari? He said he meant Kamara, not when he said L.A. Be from Curtis Martin.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad, man. Cause y'all do need an ounce of youth in that backfield. Y'all could use like a spark,
Yep.
like some juice. Not saying it's gonna solve all the problems, but you will know one way or another. You get a new running back in there, you will know if it's the offense line of running back. You'll know that real quick.
So
What
I
you
got a
think?
question then, Ken. So if you put Derrick Henry back there,
Mm,
you don't think he'll do better than all the running backs we got?
I think he will.
I think
I
he
think
will
he
too.
will.
And
I
that's
think
and
he
that,
will.
that's my point.
Y'all should have signed him, man.
Hey, look, I don't understand the theory
He
of
looks like a cat. I can see him in there. I can see him
he
playing
bought
there
a
too.
house in Dallas, and then Jerry Jones didn't even call his agent.
Yeah,
So how do you even know he wasn't even going to give you a discount or not? Because if you're telling me number one, I don't have to pay taxes because Derrick Henry has to pay taxes on that 6 to 7, 8 million, whatever it is.
yeah,
He has to pay taxes because he's in Baltimore, Maryland.
right.
In Texas, he don't got to pay those taxes, and his house is there in Dallas.
And that's where he
Why
trains in the off season.
why would you not take a discount? I think he would have gave him a discount, in my opinion. But that's just me. Sorry to
That's
cut you
one.
off.
Yeah, no, you good. And that's what Jerry alleviated to on the radio this morning, man. He was going yesterday morning. He was going off. I mean, he's getting sick, but I agree with you what you said. Like, hey, he's probably fed up. He's probably the fans and the media probably starting to get to him. I definitely think y'all should have did a whole lot more in the offseason, man. But what about number 2 wide receiver? I think Cook's getting up there in age a little bit.
Yeah.
Ain't he 30? 31?
Yeah,
Probably
he's
31, I
30,
believe.
31. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting out, and he's out for another couple games with the knee injury. He had a infection in his knee. Jalen Tolbert, I like how Tolbert came on a couple weeks ago in Pittsburgh, but like I said, can you get that consistently? He didn't do much against Detroit. He had a drop. So I mean, what do you guys do for the rest of the season? I mean, are you playing for some, or I've seen somebody say y'all should tank and lose out? I mean, what you think?
Man, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like you look, if it's me and I'm a player, I'm playing to win. That's just the way it is, man. You just go out there and do your job and you play to win. I mean, I don't think they're gonna tank. I just think it's more of
But tank for what though? I mean, what are y'all gonna tank for?
I don't know either, but I think at this point you already signed your quarterback. Now, if it was me, this is just me, I would have let Dak play it out this year just to see what he's got for the last year. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, if we don't, and the only reason I say that is because of the actual schedule we have. This is a gauntlet of a schedule, Kendall. This is good. I think we're top 5 in the hardest schedule in the NFL.
Y'all
Right.
got yeah.
So I believe we have the Niners next after the bye. Then we have, I believe, the Falcons, the Texans, and the Eagles, all the next 4 weeks. So
San Francisco, I'm gonna make a bold prediction out here. And I know it's a bunch of y'all there, but I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
don't do it.
No, I think y'all beat San Francisco
Oh my God, don't say that.
Sunday night football game.
Don't say that.
You got me on record. I think y'all beat San Fran.
Well, look,
Look, it's set up for y'all to win it. Go ahead.
Rev says Shaq had a podcast with Leonard Fournette and said the Cowboys should sign him. He's 29. I mean, it's the same back though, almost. John says, I'm still confident we can win the division. And then Patron 64 said Javier for Cowboys GM. I wouldn't mind it, man. But look, I'll say one more thing on the Jerry thing, right? So the other thing is he said he didn't have any money, right? You're paying right now, you're paying your third string quarterback $5 million. When that
Cooper Rush, right? No, Lance.
Yeah. When you could have paid that $5 million to Derrick Henry. I'm just saying. I mean, this is the kind of organization he's running right now. As a third quarterback, he's getting $5 million. and you couldn't pay that to Derrick Henry. That makes no sense to me. So, Rev Patron says Jerry equals Al Davis. Rev says 3-3. We're on schedule. Stay the course. If 49 to win could turn the ship. That is true. According to Kendall, he's saying that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, it's set up for y'all to win this game. Y'all coming off a bye. 49ers playing the Chiefs this Sunday. They already banged up. Who knows who else they're gonna lose? They've whooped y'all the last 3 times, and now the Cowboys got to sit for the next 2 weeks and hear the media and fans talk about how bad of a team you is, how Jerry going on the radio doing all this crazy mess. Y'all gonna have a lot of built-in built-in motivation to come out, because if y'all win next Sunday night, it's a Sunday night game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Sunday night football game. If y'all win next Sunday night, no, everybody shuts up. Everybody be quiet. Because y'all really kind of, I think y'all gonna rally around what's going now. At the end of the day, you still gotta have the talent. You can have all the motivation and cliches you want, but you still gotta have the talent. But I feel like I think y'all gonna come out and upset San Francisco, man, next Sunday. I'm calling it right now. So if it happens, you gotta. I said it. I'm calling it right now. Y'all beat San Francisco next Sunday night. Now I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't put no money on it.
Oh, you can't do that.
No, I wouldn't put no money on it. But it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling right now. Micah Parsons will be back. I think D-Law's gonna be out another couple of weeks. Cook's probably out another couple of weeks. So y'all do got some injuries. Like I said, you do gotta have a talent. You can't just have motivation and playing. You can't just have that. But I feel like y'all gonna come out fired up. And I mean, hey man, San Fran got a tough game Sunday against the undefeated Chiefs, and the Chiefs coming off a bye. And we already know Andy Reid coming off a bye is dangerous. So now, if I'm y'all, I'm hoping that San Fran beat Kansas City. That way, they probably won't be so locked in on y'all the next week. Because if they lose, they're gonna be fired up for that game. So I'm hoping that they beat Kansas City, and then they probably come in the next week against Dallas. Okay, we can take this game lightly. We don't beat them, and y'all coming off a bye. That's my mindset. But I think y'all got a good chance to win that game, man. I really do. I ain't been too impressed with San Francisco this year.
Neither have I, but go ahead, Kendall. Read the comments.
Delusional. Did Jerry ever say what he was saving Zeke? Yeah, what is he saving Zeke for?
I have no idea, man.
That just Jerry being Jerry talking?
That's just Jerry being Jerry. That's all it is.
I'm gonna shoot. Sounds like a lot of teams with good pass rushers. To be from Ohio, if we win 5 in a row, we going crazy. I'm talking about the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Hey, man, listen. You got two sides of the fence. Like, part of me wants to be bad and get the damn draft pick. I mean, listen, in a perfect world, we can lose out, but Drake Maye play good. But you got to think about it. If y'all lose out, Drake Maye probably play bad then. Because if he's winning, if he's winning, you probably gonna win some of those games. I mean, if he's playing some good football, you probably gonna win some of those games. So in a perfect world, I love this. I sign up. We got 10, 11 more games. I sign up for 10, 11 more games of how he plays Sunday. He played good, but we lose. We get a top pick. We trade that pick for a haul. But that's the long-term view of it. But yeah, you do want to start building a winning coach. You don't want to get used to losing. You want to start building a winning coach. And so what if you win so many games where you don't get your good draft pick? That's fine. I mean, the draft comes every year, and I mean, you still get somebody up. We probably if we win, let's see, we win about 4 or 5 games. We end the season with like 5, 6 wins. Okay, we're going from pick 1 or 2 to probably pick 8 or 9 or something like that. So it ain't that much of a difference. I think we'd be all right. I do like Kevin Banks from Texas, the left tackle though. I think that's what we need, man. That'd be a good person to plug in there at left tackle at a position of need for us.
So if you're picking at 9, let's just play devil's advocate here. You're picking at 9. You take a left tackle?
At 9, yes.
Boise State running back is there.
Ooh. I'm going tackle. Cause we are playing 3rd and 4th string. I'm sick of my general manager keep getting right tackles playing left tackles and left tackles playing right tackles. We need to get damn offense. We got to get the offensive line fixed, man. We got to get the offensive line fixed. And if you plug in Kevin Banks at left tackle, you hope you got your tackle for the next decade or whatnot. You hope. You know what I mean? Hope maybe he can be like a Tyron Smith or what's the guy from Detroit, Penny Sewell, or the guy from Minnesota. He can be that. Or Trent Williams. We got to get that line fixed, man. What good is you getting this running back if your line ain't right? We dealing with that right now.
You can always get one in the 2nd round, man, but you cannot pass up a running back.
You can't keep kicking the can. We've been kicking this can down the road for years now, bro. We've been kicking. We got to get one now,
That's a hard decision.
bro. For me to Jenny, he got to average 20 yards a carry for me to sign up for him at 9.
Stop, man. Kendall, come on, man.
Bro,
Yeah, DJ Jones said
we
that
got Mondre Stevenson.
he had 200 yards, 3 touchdowns against Oregon, man.
I just seen somebody comment that. I gotta do some work on Jinty. I gotta do some more work on him, man. He wows me, man. I gotta do some more work on him, man.
There's no way, Kendall. I'm sorry.
Travis Hunter or Jinty?
It depends on where I'm picking.
Well, Travis probably ain't gonna last past 5.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I ain't picking no running back.
If we picking at 3, listen. In a perfect world, I would love for us to address the offensive line and the and free agency. But there's no good left tackles gonna come. The teams don't get rid of good left tackles. They really don't. So in a perfect world, I would love to address it there. And let's just say, because we probably be picking number 3, probably picking at 3 overall. I'm just going to throw it out there. I think we're going to win a couple more games. We got Tennessee, the Cardinals. We got a couple more games coming up we can win. So I don't think we picking number 1. We're not going to go no past number 5. If Travis Hunter there, I'm taking Hunter and I'm putting him at wide receiver. Made to Travis Hunter for the next 10, 15 years or whatnot. I love that. I'm playing him at right. I like him better at receiver than corner. And plus receivers where the money at. But if we got a top 3 pick, I'm not taking a tackle at pick number 3. I'm not doing that. I'll trade back or I'm picking Travis Hunter. I do like the wide receiver for Arizona State though, Tech Miller. I like him too. Let's see. We went 5 in a row. What's good, bro? Gotta take the tackle. I guess at 9, at 9 you gotta take the tackle. I'm not taking him at 3 though. At 3, I'm taking Hunter. But if we trade back to like 9, you gotta take the tackle. But we got a practice squad center and we got 3rd and 4th string backup tackles. Drake Maye can get killed out there.
I don't know, man.
But moving on for the rest of the season, man. The Cowboys. What you think the record's gonna be? I know you just ran off the gauntlet of a schedule y'all do got. I think y'all got the Falcons next week. Well, after San Francisco, y'all got Atlanta.
So after San Francisco, we got Atlanta, then the Eagles, then the Texans, and then the Commanders.
I think y'all split with Washington. Y'all will beat the Giants. The Eagles game flip a coin, man. Y'all always go back and forth with them.
The Texans.
Y'all lose to the Texans at home. Yeah, y'all Texans. Y'all lose to Houston. Y'all ain't good at home, man.
I think, in my opinion, we win either. It's going to be close, man. I think we win 2 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 5. I'm sorry.
So what y'all got? 3 wins right now. I can't see
5 and 6. I could see us at 5 and 6 going into the game.
All right, for how many? What's your win total for the rest of the season, though?
For the rest of the season,
bro, I can't see y'all being like just winning 5 or 6 games, though, man.
I think we'll end up 10-7.
10-7?
Yeah,
it's playoff. It's playoffs, probably.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
I don't know, Kendall. I don't know about that.
Bro, can you really expect Washington to keep it up like they do? They just lost, I think, one of their defensive tackles.
Yes, I think so. Because Jonathan Allen's out with a pectoral.
Yeah.
But you got to think the Commanders are playing well, and their schedule is easy.
They do. They got an easy schedule.
You got the Eagles right in front of us, right? And
you split with Philly.
You got the Niners and Seahawks, and the Cardinals are not that far behind. They're 2-4.
Then Seattle. What's Seattle? Yeah.
And then you got the Vikings at 5-0, Lions 4-1, Bears 4-2, the Packers 4-2.
Hey, that whole division might possibly make it.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got the Falcons at 4-2. You got the Buccaneers at 4-2. You have the Saints who are 2-4. But if they go on a hot streak, they have the win over Dallas. But I'm saying they have the win over Dallas if they do get hot for whatever reason, because Rattler's playing, I believe, right?
Yeah, I like Rattler.
So this is not a get. This you're talking about 1, 2. That's 4. That's 6 teams. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 12 teams. But too many teams are ahead right now.
What about the Cardinals? Cardinals might get hot.
That's what I'm saying. They're 2-4. They're not far behind. My point to that is, it's gonna. it's going to be really crazy at the halfway mark because this is not a given, man. 10-7 might not be a given this season in the NFC.
And you got to ask yourself, you're going 10-7 for what? You're going to get rid of your coach. You're basically your owner already said you're a rebuilding team. You just paid CD and Dak. All you doing messing up your draft position. If you do go 10-7, so it's like you went. It's basically a wasted season because y'all win 12 every year. You go 10 and you're going to rebuild that after this season. We all know who the coach is going to be. We all know who the coach is going to be next year.
Stop, man.
You know. But look though, if y'all lose, y'all get the 10-7, miss the playoffs. McCarthy's gone. Dak in the second year of his contract or whatnot. CD, you got a talent. And I think that's why I said, just go ahead and address it, man. The elephant in the room. I think Belichick is the coach next year for the Cowboys. I think, I think so. I think it's the perfect fit. And we talked about it a while back. He had never had this much. He's never had this much talent that he had with y'all. Like,
hey, Bill, just come on, Bill. Hey, we'll have the damn crabs shipped over from Boston, man. All right.
But my thing is, who runs the offense? I think he probably bring Josh McDaniels over. I can see McDaniels working with Dak.
You know what though? I believe that Bill Belichick is a little bit obsessed with this these 49er tree coaches, man.
Shanahan.
If you saw him break down the Kyle Shanahan offense and the way I think he really likes that offense, and I think he might bring somebody young in from that tree, probably to be his offensive coordinator. That's my opinion on it.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, that gives him something to practice against the offense, so it helps him out during the game.
Because the Cowboys have been horrible versus that offense, man, so bad. But I don't know his defensive coordinator. I don't know if he were to come, who he would get. The first one that comes to mind is his son that's coaching in Washington. That's the only person that I know.
What about Matt Patricia?
Nah, man. I think that
probably run the defense himself, though. Belichick probably run the defense himself.
He might. With that talented team? Yeah.
I think one thing, though, because I think the Cowboys, they got a disciplinary issue. They're not a disciplined team. So Belichick come over, that team's they're gonna be disciplined. They're gonna be buttoned up. Not gonna be a lot of penalties. They ain't gonna have a lot of this podcast stuff going on like Mikey got going on. Belichick, the defense gonna be fine. You don't have to worry about the defense. Belichick's gonna make sure that defense is fine. He's gonna make sure y'all button up. Cause I see a lot. That's why I see a lot of the issues. But I would love to see Bill get his hands on Michael Parsons, man. I would love to see that.
Hey, Rev,
I would love to see.
You want a guy that's gonna be focused on that young girl staying up late rather than locked in. I don't think Bill Belichick would do that, man.
Well, who knows if him and that girl gonna still be together by March or February or January, February?
I don't think so.
So I would love to see him with Diggs at corner because he had a good corner in Reeves and Gilmore, Asante Samuel. The pieces that he had in Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, man, Belichick never has had the talent that he have. That's why I would love to see it. I don't think he'd go to Philly because I don't think Philly would make that move with him. But one thing about him going to Dallas though, just don't let him draft. Don't let him draft.
No, he wouldn't
don't
draft.
Let him draft.
And I think that's why, in my opinion, it would work. In my opinion, it would work because it would take a plate off of Bill Belichick's responsibility.
He can just coach.
Yeah, he can just coach, and then Will McClay will take care of the rest. And Will McClay we trust, man. I promise you that. So I don't know. He might be rejuvenated. Reb does say he's not the same dude. Do you think he's the same guy?
Who, Bill?
Yeah.
The same guy as in what he used to be, or like the social media, what he's doing now?
No, just period. I don't think he's changed.
Well, I mean, look what he's dealt with the last couple of years. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi. I mean, hasn't had a quarterback.
I think he's the same guy. Look, and the reason I say that is because if Bill Belichick was still the Patriots head coach, do you think Judon would have done the same thing he did to
No.
And that's my point. I don't think he's changing.
See, Mayo's more of a player's coach. He wanted to be more player friendly, and that's why we got a lot of stuff. I mean, that player friendly stuff, all that's cool and all, but guess what? You got to win games. And right now we're not winning games.
Hey, Rev, I'm on TikTok. I'm telling you, I promise I said this the other day, man. I said, give me a Ben Johnson and Robert Salas on defense,
Mm.
and that's a whole different team. I promise you.
Man, listen, if y'all can get Bill next year, I'm going to a game next year. I got to, I want Bill to win one without Tom. I do. I don't care if it's in Dallas, Philly, where I want to win one.
Now,
But
hey, Kendall, I'm telling you right now, you know how hard it is for a Super Bowl coach to win another Super Bowl with another team? It's
it's
never been
hard.
done. It's never
Yeah,
been done.
I know. But it's the perfect story. Like y'all haven't won it in 30 years. Belichick leaving from the Patriots. He wanted Tom left. He won one without him. It's the perfect storyline for him to go out. He go out, win one with the Cowboys. He can retire. So
That
I
is-
think it's the perfect. I think it's the perfect match. You ask me, and
I,
then
I think you're right, man. I think both the team and Jerry Jones, and then you got Bill. They got something to prove together. You're right, man.
yeah,
That's
it'll work. The only thing I got though, only
we need
problem,
a script for that. We need to write a movie.
the only problem I got though, Jerry Jones likes to talk during the week, doing
Yeah.
radio interviews and stuff. I mean, so what if he goes out saying something that Bill doesn't want out? So Bill's kind of like a button-up, quiet guy. He laid back, so that'll be interesting.
He might have to duct tape Jerry Jones's mouth during the week. This is probably what needs to happen.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, real quick before we get out, what you think about the two wide receiver trades of Amari Cooper and Devontae Adams?
So Devontae Adams, right? I think the writing was on the wall. I think everybody saw it. I think it was the Raiders versus I can't remember the team, but he was mic'd up and he said, "I've never taken so many hits in my entire career. They're gonna kill me out here." I think that's what he said. I think at that point, like I don't think he wants to be there anymore. And it's funny that sometimes this is bad, man. When losing happens, it brings out the real person in you, right? So, I mean, he just wanted to be out. Period. After that, I
We
think,
knew it
like
was
I
gonna
said,
be the Jets.
yeah, it was the writing was in the wall, and we knew everybody. I don't care what you could be, Adam Scheffner, Ian Rappaport, whoever you want to be, but if you're a regular fan and you watch the NFL, you already know he wanted to go to two places. That was either the
Jets.
Jets or the Saints, because the car. I mean, that's just there's no if or buts or but. And then with Woody Johnson doing what he did to Salas, I think he really thinks that they have the best roster they've ever had as a Jets organization, and he doesn't want to waste Aaron Rodgers' time there. So I think that was a given that he was eventually going to trade for him.
Do you think if they don't, let's just say hypothetically, they come a game from they don't make the playoffs. They go 7 or 8, 8 and 9 or 7 and 10 or what, they don't make the playoffs. You think Rodgers will come back next year? Or do you think they're just gonna blow it? Because you're gonna have a new head coach next year, a new general manager. And when these new general manager head coach, they like to bring in their own guys. You know what I mean? So do you think Rodgers will be back next year if they don't make the playoffs, if they fall short?
I don't think Rodgers comes back next year.
I hope not.
I don't think he does. I mean, he's just getting older. He's not like he used to. He can still throw the ball every once in a while, but it just looks like he's slowed down just a little bit. But maybe with Devontae Adams, that changes things. But if they do go 7-10, I do not see Aaron Rodgers coming back. And that's my opinion on it.
I'm hoping the worst for them, man. I am. I really am, man. Listen, I'd rather the Bills win the division for the next 2 years, as long as I don't care, man. I'm hoping the worst for them. Amari Cooper, you're somebody you're familiar with. How you like to fit in Buffalo?
Look, man, that's another thing. All the stuff that has happened to Jerry Jones this week, man. That's just the icing on the cake. Jerry Jones, I think, gave up Amari Cooper for I can't even remember for peanuts, man.
Like a fifth or sixth round pick,
yeah, like peanuts, man. And then he goes to the Bills for a third. Come on, man. Like that just tells you, like they don't know what they're doing, man. Not only that, but Amari Cooper, I was shocked that he went to the Bills. The only reason I say that is because the things that are going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. I honestly thought he was going to the Chiefs simply because I want to say his contract all the way to the deadline would have been like $638,000 or $800,000 left that they would have had to pay. So I thought he was going to go to the Chiefs. But hey, man, the Bills barely squeaked one by the Jets the other night. Yeah. And I think they really need Amari Cooper to complement Keon Coleman, in my opinion. And I think it's going to open up the offense.
I think it's a good fit. Yeah, I think it's a good fit. It's funny you got rid of Diggs, But Cooper's not really like a big mouth guy. He's not like a big. I don't think he's a
No,
diva. A lot of these wide receivers are divas. I don't think Cooper is a diva. I think if he don't get the ball, he's okay. But I mean, I think Diggs was more so of a problem on the field, wanting the ball. And now, I guess Buffalo figured out real quick, hey, we need another wide receiver because this ain't.
yeah,
We can Allen can't keep doing it like this.
no. But that's what happened. I think. I mean, at the end of the day, both teams made a good trade. So
Yeah, so they
okay,
only got a
what do you
fifth
think?
for the
Yeah,
contract.
fifth. Yeah.
Even sports track posted that Brown took all the money in that deal. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It really is, man. Some good games. Hey, what's your game of the week this Sunday, man? Before we get off,
Game of the week.
you got a bye week this week, so you got plenty of time to sit back and watch.
I don't know what I really don't know, man. I haven't been paying attention. Let me see. Who's your game of the week?
I want to see that Jet Steeler game. I want to see Rodgers and Adams. And
Um,
I'm hoping the word, not no injury, nothing like that, but I'm hoping Pittsburgh wins that game. We'll see Russell Wilson. He put a return this week. I think that Jet Steelers game
hey,
is the one I want to look at. Oh,
this
Kansas City and the 49ers too. Yeah,
this is gonna be a playoff game right here. And if you're not watching this game, you got issues. It's the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings
forgot about
in
that one.
Minnesota. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man, that's gonna be a great
it's in
game.
Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota.
I thought it was in Detroit.
That's gonna be a really good game, man. In my opinion, that should be game of the week.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. What's your prediction that Jet Steelers game?
Jets, Steelers. I think the Jets win, man. I think the Jets win. I think their defense is way too good. I think their offense is still struggling. Now, I don't know. Did you hear what Mike Tomlin said that he's yeah. So, I mean, it depends if who the quarterback is.
Right.
But I think the Jets defense is just too much, man. And with the Jets playing the way they did against the Bills and they barely lose that game, I think they win this game.
Yeah. Well, I want Pittsburgh to win, but I don't like the Jets like that. But I want Pittsburgh to win, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. They just be chilling this week, bye week for the Cowboys. Y'all got to get ready for San Francisco. Hey,
Yep.
man, it was good to have you on, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Hey, make sure y'all follow us, your Cowboys fans. It's the Cowboys Cast. We are on Facebook, the Cowboys Cast, Instagram, the Cowboys Cast, TikTok, Cowboys Cast, YouTube, the Cowboys Cast, at the Cowboys Cast. Make sure y'all follow us for all your Cowboys news, man. We appreciate it. Thanks, Ken.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, appreciate everybody. It's a bunch of y'all that hopped on night. Make sure y'all hit that like button on YouTube. Go to the Cowboys Cast, hit the like button. Subscribe to the Kansas Pat Start YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. Share the content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Mainly on YouTube. Please give me that thumbs up, man. It don't take but a second. Just give me that thumbs up, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one and go Pats and hey, go Cowboys.
Keep it real.
Yes, sir.